Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. Friends, over the weekend US markets were marginally negative and European markets were also down anywhere from about 0.5 to 0.8%. The key issues which are affecting the sentiment in the Eurozone are first, when will Greece get the second tranche of the bailout? Second one is when Spain will officially claim for a bailout, and we've also seen some kind of an unrest happening in Portugal over the financial crisis and austerity drive, etc. So overall uncertainty in the Eurozone continues to plague the sentiment. And when we look at the Asian markets today, most of them are soft, marginally negative. And the data that came out over the weekend from China on the trade surplus front was quite encouraging. And they have registered a growth of almost about 9.8% on the export front, and even imports have registered a decent growth. And the export growth in fact was much higher than the market expectations of about 5%. So overall situation in China in terms of data point has been positive, but still the Asian markets are not showing any meaningful positive gains to start with. In terms of flows, friends, FI is on Friday with net buyers to the tune of about 201 crore, and the domestic institutions were also buyers after a long time of about 188 crore. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues and the ideas that we could look at in the F&O space.
Good morning friends. We have seen that the result seasons have started and the IT bellwether Infosys has provided a weak guidance, due to which we have seen that that selling pressure was triggered across the information technology stocks, but also in the broader market the sentiment weakened, and we have seen selling pressure coming in at the market also, due to which we have seen that the Nifty has finally closed below 5,700 levels with a loss of approximately 1%. Now the PCR ratio is at 0.98, and in previous week, friends, what we have seen is that there is no single day where we have seen an addition in Nifty futures. We have been seeing closure of long position as well as short positions which is with a small quantity in Nifty future, and the prices have been slowly and steadily the price in the Nifty future price has been slowly and steadily decreasing. The cost of in the case of cost of carry, it's the same. So what we feel is that the selling pressure would continue in the market in coming trading sessions. Now if we have a look at the activity on the options front, what we have seen is that the accumulation has been taking place majorly on the 5,500 put option as it stands, with the highest number of shares in open interest, whereas on the call side we have seen that accumulation being taking place in 5,800 and 5,900 call option, followed by 5,700 call option. So what we feel is that market would continue to consolidate in this narrow range of say 5,600 on the lower side, and on higher side 5,750, 5,780. But as a weekly VWAP is placed at 5750 and we have been trading below this, the bias for the market is negative, and what we feel is that going forward this level would act as a hurdle for the market in the coming weeks. Also on closing basis, 5,600 would act as a good support for the traders from positional basis. From the intraday perspective, we have identified three stocks. Hindustan Zinc is looking positive, so one can go long on Hindustan Zinc with support of 134 rupees 30 paisa, whereas Hindustan Petroleum and ICICI Bank is looking weak, so one can go short on this counter with resistance of 313 rupees 40 paisa and 1065.55 respectively. Thank you.
Friends, back on Friday, we had key earnings reported by Infosys and HDFC Bank, and in case of Infosys, though the operating performance was in line with market expectations, the overall guidance and the management commentary was really not having any punch to get the investor confidence back in the stock, and we saw a quick reaction of about 5 to 6% in Infosys. And given the fact that the Infosys has actually disappointed the street over the last 2 quarters, and some section of the market was believing that there could be some upgrade given this better sentiment prevailing in the global marketplace and the acquisition that they did, since there was no real major positive surprise, the stock continued to remain a laggard, and our fundamental desk believes that in the entire IT space one should really look out for companies like HCL Tech and TCS and some of the mid-cap IT companies in the IT space for investment. Also, HDFC Bank reported numbers as usual. They reported almost about 30% kind of growth in the net profit level, with a strong net interest income margins, and also the fact that the fee income has continued to show about 22% kind of a growth. So overall, one is quite positive on the HDFC Bank. In terms of the key events that we would be looking out for today, first of all, friends, inflation for the month of September is likely to come in at about 7.7% versus about 7.55. This would basically adjust for 15 days of diesel price hike also. And now that we have seen some kind of a recovery in the IIP number, which came out about 2-3 days before, one will have to see what kind of reaction the bond yields give, and finally what can be expected from the RBI when the RBI policy meet is scheduled. Also, friends, two companies are going to be announcing results today, Reliance and Axis Bank. Reliance would be announcing the numbers post-market, whereas Axis Bank would be announcing the results during the market hours. Just to give you a quick recap, in case of Reliance, we are looking at a negative profit growth of 5.6% at about 5,382 crore, and the GRMs that we are looking at is about $9.3 to $9.5 per barrel. And in case of Axis Bank, we are looking at a net profit of about 1,168 crore. Some section of the market believes that on the restructured loan portfolio, there could be some negative surprise in case of Axis Bank. In other news, friends, Persistent System has acquired ReCloud Solutions from Doyens, and though we don't have much details about the size of the deal, we believe that this would help company meet its 20% kind of a revenue guidance from the IT space. So it's a positive news for Persistent. One can go long there with a stop loss of 418 and a target of about 433 to 442. Friends, Bharti Airtel has said that it is looking at merging the African as well as Indian units, basically for cost synergies. And though market was expecting this to happen, the fact that it has come and hit the market at this point of time could be a bit positive. So one can go long on Bharti with a stop loss of 257 and a target of about 268 to 272. Videocon has announced oil find off the Brazilian coast, where it has a JV with BPCL. So one can go long on Videocon with a stop loss of 170 and a target of about 178 to 181. And in case of Reliance Industries, one more news is that they have scaled down their capex for KG-D6 basin from about 8.8 billion rupees to almost 5.9 billion rupees. And also in case of the number of wells they are likely to drill, that number is at about 31, but so far they have drilled only about 22. This controversy is going on in the market for a while, and there are concerns about what kind of steps Reliance is taking to restore the gas production, but of late the news flow has been negative, so which could have negative sentimental effect on the Reliance stock. One can go short with a stop loss of 826 and a target of about 808 to 800. And in case of Coal India, Children's Investment Fund or TCI has filed a case in Kolkata High Court against the directors for non-performance of their duties. So this has been going on for a while, but the fact that officially the case has been registered could have some negative bearing on the stock price. So one can go short on Coal India with a stop loss of 364 and a target of about 353 to 349. In case of GVK Power, there are negative news, and the news is that Aviation Minister has asked Mumbai Airport to scale back its tariff hike, which is run by GVK Power. So one can go short on GVK Infra with a stop loss of about 15.3 and a target of about 13.5 to 12.9. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.